Hello folks, Tom here, it's Tech TV, and you hit the subscribe button, I will love you even more. I'm just about to get set up here to do a batch of dry cows, and we'll see what will be revealed. Hopefully nothing serious, but I'll just take you through a bit of trimming, bit of chit chat maybe, who knows. I have the crush line up here, but what I wanted to just, that's shaky isn't it? What I wanted to show you was the cows. I went down to that gate, as you see in the distance there. Just opened it and came up here, was setting up. And all my little all came up along. And I said, "Hey home, we can't wait to see you." So I have a few wee bits and pieces to get out of my handbag yet, and powder my nose, and I'll be ready to go. I'm ready to rock here now. Got everything on, trying out these new ear defenders, see if they're beneficial. I should have been here a few days ago. I had a trimmer, a fellow trimmer, who was unwell, and was doing a bit of work for him, trying to help him out. So all of you folk that watch this and have a fair idea how to hoof trim, if you're not doing much for the next couple of weeks, give me a shout. I've been more than delighted. There's a lot of folk out there who are experts on hoof trimming that has probably never been on a farm in their life. Now's your chance, or you're being called up to the hoof trimming army. You can just see a bit of a turn there. I don't know. You'll see it better when you come into the crush. Hello. You're looking at my feet. Oh, I wouldn't like her looking at my feet. I'm going to bring you over a little closer, and not have you standing over here. I'm just going to take you over. I probably won't be washing these today, but it has to be cow in, cow's feet trimmed, out of the crush, nice job, low stress, or if we can, no stress. I'm jumping about here. I'm not excited, motivated, crazy to get going, so let's make it happen. So there it is. You can see what I was trying to show you in the crush as she was waiting. This is starting to curl around. You'd actually see the width difference. If you see the width of that claw there in comparison to this claw here, what we're looking at is this here is carrying a lot of weight, and this little claw is getting away pretty handy. But as you can see already, these cow's feet are not actually dirty, they're just overgrown. So as I say, for us there's no benefit really in washing them, but we'll make a start. And now that you're over closer beside me, you can actually see what's going on, and it's a lot more cozy. Easy, we're going to make you some beautiful feet. So really what we have here is a functional trim. There's still a little bit of discolourment here, but it was more bruising because this claw is doing more work. This claw here, we want to remain the height in it. We want to keep the walking surface as wide as possible. We want to reduce this down. So with a model out, I don't want to touch this, I don't want to take this height away, because it would be defeating the purpose. If I lower this and I lower this, I leave it almost at the same level as if I had never touched it. Leave my little table out for support, keeping my model wide and coming into that bruising there. That's beautiful. And just tidy this up, that any debris and manure that's going up through it. So that's a nice quick trim. Beautifully balanced. And if you can do this, we need you. More hoof, more overgrowth, lovely clean heels, nice and healthy, just overgrowth, and that's what we're here to do. As hoof trimmers, we're here to bring balance and restore peace and harmony throughout the herd. Wouldn't it be lovely if we could restore peace and harmony throughout the world? Live and love. By the way, I forgot to wish you all a happy Valentine's Day yesterday. Today is another day, and the trimming Oh, I'm starting to get dizzy. I didn't realise it was so tall. You could say the height of nonsense. So, just as I said, these are nice clean heels. This is outer claw. These are keep it nice and steep, nice and routine. Yes, we haven't washed it. And this is the opposite of the front. I want to make this working surface as big as it can, and this reduce this working surface. Yes, I'm saying working surface and not walking surface. And now I have a beautifully balanced hoof. And as a hoof trimmer, it's so heartening to come to do trimming like this. You're not bandaging, you're not wrapping, you're not, you know, the cow's just in, just getting a little trim out. The cow's winning, the farmer's winning, and last but not least, or maybe at least, is the hoof trimmer. This is beautiful work. I shouldn't say this is beautiful work. Well, yeah, it is beautiful work. So, next one up, paddles to change the angle, and again you can see overgrowth. I'm not actually doing the steps. There is 5 steps. I'm not doing them in the order that they should be done, but I'll get the same result. Maybe it's because I'm just a naughty boy. Sorry for shaking you around a little bit there, but hey, some people do need a little shake, and some people need a lot of shake. So satisfying, this, just wee slice after slice, and it's beautiful. You can see the bruising in there. You imagine if we hadn't intervened here, and this cow's dry, and now she goes dry, and she gets heavier in calf, and she's walking with more depth of horn here, and this little hoof starts to get pressurized. The next thing we have here is a sole ulcer from this type of bruising, or this amount of bruising. And there's a slight little mark here, but it is nothing. The cracks are going out to the outside, so they're going in that direction, so they're not going to be harmful. So I don't want to weaken the structure of the claw, but I will, with my little hoof testers, I'll just apply a bit of pressure. These are quite long. You can see the length of the arm on them, they're long. So I can get a lot of leverage here. So I can mimic, I like that word, I can mimic the cow's weight. And as I said earlier, this is functional. I haven't touched the inner claw at all. I didn't touch it on either of the feet. But again, you can see how balanced that is as you look down it. Just with brought correction and stability to the. And again, I didn't touch the inner claw there, or the medial claw, however you want to call it. And that's what I call a nice, functional dry cow trim. Now, little cow, we will get round and see what's happening here. The clamps in action. Up come. Now you can begin to see, you see the width difference there. What's happening here, this cow's walking all on her toe. That's only going to get increased as she gets heavier in calf. How the cow's system reacts is, gets inflamed and it starts to grow more horn, and that's its way of fixing itself. But it's really not fixing itself as such. It's actually, it would really fix itself if it stopped growing horn, and then the problem wouldn't get exacerbated more than it is en route to do, if that makes you understand. So it's overload. Really overload all the time. And with these cows being at a barrier, their legs are together, they're like my wellies. As you look down there, they're like that. Normally out in the field it would be like that, but at a barrier they have to do that. So that increases the load on the medial cloth at the front. So let's get it tidied up and see how it looks. And let's get this little cow out of being restricted, I suppose. You see what the weight. I haven't touched this at all, and these are now just probably balanced. You can see the bruising here that's taken place. So and with just that very area there where the sole ulcer will take place, just where I'm removing the horn there now, and that stops the bruising and rests the claw. And this is what we're going to I will be doing this over and over the day, just making sure everything's good. And if I can get my hand in past your little eyes there, I will just clean out any loose horn up around these fissures or cracks, just make sure there's nothing starting or travelling there. In this model, we'll just keep it steep. And that's it. That's a lovely functional trim that that little cow will be very happy on. What do you think? What do you think, huh? You know, I was just thinking, just looking at you there, you have almost as big a mouth as I have. No poo on my grinder. Easy. Very, very ungrateful. I go round with the grinder, tap her into my computer, 118, I have her already in, and just very satisfying to just food. 4 feet trimmed, 1 cow. Yes, it's the beginning of the day. We'll have more of these. As you look around there, you can see that they're all waiting, very patient. No Gareth today, no helper today, no Stuart, no Rodney, no Jeff, no anybody. I am just Billy No Mates today. I might put on the radio and listen to some nice tunes, and hopefully if I see anything untoward I will bring it to you. But we'll just let this little cow out now. As I say, I love this type of trimmer, and I love when you alleviate problems before they actually are problems. We'll just let her out now. I'm going to try and let this wee girl in. I tried to let out the first cow, catch the second cow, and hold the camera. I have failed miserably. So I'm going to have to leave down the camera or else grow another arm, one or the other. These scarlet's not here to see me mistakes. That's much better, that's how it's meant to be. And the next little cow is just already making her way up past the no backer. If I can split them up and get the one that got away back again. Oh, there's days like this. Lovely. You're thinking you should have made a run for it when you got the chance. But that's the little cow that got away on me. We put her back up there and in with the rest, but just let her, she'll be happy to stand up with them there, and I will continue on and see how we get on. So, with my little cow and my little escapee, and some poo on my face, or maybe it's on the camera, I phoned 999 and the farmer arrived to help me sort out this little cow. Thank you, Mr. Farmer. I really appreciate it. Thanks, Mark. So 118 is out here and she just can't stop walking around. She is so delighted with her new feet. I can just see her walking so sure-footed, her head's up, her back's lovely and level. She's standing lovely and square. You look at her front legs as she walks towards me. She's just walking beautifully on them. Really, really happy. I think she's just smiling from, I was going to say ear to ear, but I think she's smiling from eye to eye. I'm going to let the next little participant out, and I'll have to possibly leave it at that. I have a lot of cows to trim today, and the farmer, I can hear him picking out some more cows. I'm wondering about the camera, and he's probably looking at me and thinking, what is that man doing? I thought he was a hoof trimmer. And I'll see you on the next one, and I hope that you're having a great day wherever you are. And look after yourselves and keep safe. Bye for now.